Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Tensura x COTE, The God and the Genius by Tempest_Moon. Chapter 9, Leaders of Class D. Kiyotaka Pav. That was really bad. After the teacher left the class, everything went into chaos. Students are crying while the others are making a tantrum at class. Why was I put on Class D? A bespectacled student whose name was Yukimura cried with full of resentment. Other student didn't pay him any mind, which was sad to be honest. They were worried for themselves and are trying their best to look for points. Hey, Ayanakoji. How about buying this new console that I bought? It's in great condition, so I'll gladly sell it for 20,000 points for you. Yamauchi, who I didn't notice, approached me and showed his gaming console which he recently bragged about. I don't really need it actually. Yamauchi didn't take my answer as a no, and he still continued to offer his gaming console to me. Come on Ayanakoji. It's great, you know. He was really that desperate, huh? My points are not on a bad spot, but recently, he have told us that he spent almost every point he have on his account and there's nothing left anymore. I can understand his desperation, but it doesn't really have any use for me though. Even if I buy that thing, who am I supposed to play it with? I don't know. That's your problem. Anyways, why don't you buy it now? This guy. I used to feel bad about his situation, but now I'm kind of regretting it. You don't understand. Why am I supposed to be a part of this class? I should be part of Class A? Yukimura, who was recently ignored by my classmates, was now getting all of the attention. Everyone at the class looked at him, including me. Calm down, Yukimura. Hirata, who was always the mediator of the class, tries to calm things down, but it did not go well like what he was expecting. Calm down? How am I supposed to calm down? The teacher said we're a bunch of failure. Are you not angry that she told us that, Hirata? Even if I was. There's nothing we can do about it if we don't help one another. The first thing we should do is calm things down and plan on what we should do next. Like a true leader he was. Hirata managed to calm the mood of the class. But Yukimura was still dissatisfied with the turn of events. Even so, I don't even agree with how we were sorted out in the first place. Well, even if you don't like it, that's how things are going. It's better if we join together than whining like what you're doing. What did you say? Yukimura suddenly grabbed Hirata's collar but was suddenly stopped by Kushida. Everyone calm down for a moment, there's no need to fight. The teacher said those words to inspire us to be better, am I right? Everyone was silent until someone made an audible laugh. And how did you know that? Kushida. Rimuru, who was silently listening earlier, was now laughing. Getting caught by the sudden question, Kushida was lost for words. I mean, the teacher wouldn't be that mean towards their students, right? That's not what I saw earlier when Chiyabashira-sensei spoke in front of the class. Getting backfired by Rimuru's sudden statement, I can see Kushida trying to find the right words to respond to Rimuru. Well, would you mind telling us what you saw, Tempest-san? The room was quiet. Yukimura let go of Hirata and patiently waited for Rimuru's response. For her to involve herself, she's getting bolder every day, huh? My impression of Rimuru did not change in the slightest. I can still feel the danger when I was with her, and it was an uncomfortable feeling. The teacher was clearly enjoying herself seeing us suffer earlier, didn't she? I'm not gonna let that slide. Either she hid those vital information on purpose or the school made her do it. We can't change the fact that we fell on their trap. When she said we, I don't feel like it also includes her. It looked like she's just trying to pacify the feelings of our classmates. What Tempest-san said is true. There's no point dwelling on what already happened, but we can take that as a lesson and avoid doing it again. Hirata joined with Rimuru and tried to appease the situation. But there's still dissatisfaction between the students, and it looked like it will take some time until they arrive at a consensus. But that doesn't solve our current problem. We don't have any points. I understand. We can start improving if we managed our absentees and avoid talking in class. Hirata explained to the class, but it didn't work at all. Forget about the points. Why am I in this class in the first place? I've successfully answered most of the questions in the entrance exam, so why? Yukimura was peeved by the situation. Rimuru then stood up from her seat and looked at the students. Going around and crying about it wouldn't make any difference. The school decided this placement, so there's nothing we can do about it. Harada's statement earlier have a point, but if you really are dissatisfied with this placement, then work your way up to the highest class along with your classmates. Her words was received loud and clear. There were still a dissatisfaction on Yukimura's face. But I can see him holding himself from lashing out of Rimuru. If he did that, then he can forget about moving classes. Worst case scenario, he might get expelled if he tried to hurt her. She really holds an aura of a leader, doesn't she? I wonder how her childhood looked like. Busy with my thoughts, Rimuru spoke up again. The teacher said that we can work on reaching Class A, right? It's better to plan for that than complain about stuff that's already been decided. Rimuru continued her speech, and when she was finished, Harada then supported her words. Tempest-san is right. If we band together, then it's possible to work our ways and reach Class A. We can start by minimizing our bad behavior and avoid being late to class. It seems like all was in agreement with Harada. Especially the girls, they are supportive to him, huh? Everyone agreed with Harada. Sudo on the other hand was clearly annoyed by this and decided to talk towards class. I'm still not convinced. Besides, even if we get serious and work hard in class, our points won't necessarily go up. Sudo snorted to Harada's words. He then crossed his arms, which was a clear indication that he does not approve with his plan. Maybe, but it's a good stepping stone for us. You're talking a nonsense dream. Just put me out of it, I don't want to be part of that. Sudo clearly declined on helping the class. I can see annoyed stares aiming at him, but he didn't mind. You know, you're part of the students who almost got expelled after the results of that mock test, right? Sudo-kun. If you're going to act like that and continue to be uncooperative towards our classmates, then you might get yourself hated, you know. Rimuru was being reasonable towards Sudo, but he didn't like that in the slightest. Like I care. You guys can hate me all you want, I'm gonna still continue my times in this school. He really don't have any intentions on cooperating with this class, huh? Well, it's not like it matter. Well, if you say so. Enjoying yourself is a good thing too, but improving our class can also be satisfying for us. Remember, the teacher said that only Class A has the opportunity to get recommendations from high-end universities or even apply on the most well-known workplaces, so aiming for that can be our goal. Everyone agreed with her, and I felt like her words are not only for Sudo but for everyone on the room. So she's motivating our classmates to aim for a higher class and work together, huh? She really is something, isn't she? Rimuru was far different than me. I entered this school to enjoy my peaceful life by avoiding the spotlight, but Rimuru is doing the opposite of that. She clearly took the charge from Harada and guided the class by her motivating words. Well, I do agree with that. I want to reach for good universities too, but that's a pipe dream if you looked at it. We have 0 points and the gap between classes are far too wide. You're just being optimistic about it, but it's impossible. Looks like Rimuru finally got to him. She's good at this. A little more push and she got this on the bag. Just because it looked impossible doesn't mean we don't have to try. We're only at the 2nd month of our 3 years in this school. It's still not too late to chase other classes. Doubts was still on the faces of our classmates. It's obvious that they were conflicted on dealing with this, but they still continued to pay their attention towards her. Or are you guys fine with that? Just because we're part of Class D, doesn't mean we have to stay that way forever. Or do you guys want to stay at the bottom until we graduate? Is that it? Her words was strong and justified. It carries motivation and inspiration to achieve better, and it was clearly working on them. Moving on a higher class can be a good thing too. As long as it doesn't bother me, then it's good. But Rimuru, she's taking the lead on it, huh? Rimuru was popular, even much more popular than Kushida, so it was no question that she was able to gain the attention of the class. No, I want to move into a higher class if possible. Tempest-san is right. We must help one another if we want to reach Class A. Yukimura, who was recently irritated and depressed by the class setup, was now showing full enthusiasm about the prospects of moving classes. And everyone else was also feeling the same way. That's good. Harada and I can help you with that. We'll be leading this class from now on, and you can expect our guidance if you needed our help. He included Harada. Is she into him too or something? I know for a fact that Harada was the most popular guy on our class and every girl was after her. Now that he already have a girlfriend, things was not as crazy as before, but there's still problems regarding that. But if Rimuru clearly announced that both of them will be leading this class, wouldn't that cause conflict with other girls? Wait a minute. I understand what you're saying, Tempest-san, but if both of you led us together, doesn't that clearly shows that you just want to be close with him? I can see multiple girls staring daggers towards Rimuru. When I looked at her, I can see that she was slightly annoyed by this. I don't think that's Rimuru's intention. She doesn't show any interest towards boys after all. Maybe she does, well, I don't care to say the least. That's quite a misunderstanding. I'm doing this in favor of the boys. It's clear that even if the boys on our class got any problem, they won't tell it to Harada. So I'm doing this in order to manage everyone. Also, if you're still dissatisfied with this arrangement, I would like to ask Kushida to help me manage everyone, is that alright? Kushida, who has been quiet for a while now, suddenly stood up after being called. You want me? Why? Two popular girls would be a good team. But why is Rimuru so open about this after declining to give her own phone number to Kushida? While remembering our past interactions with Kushida, Rimuru suddenly spoke up. Because you've been saying all this time that you want to be friends with everyone, right? So that's why I want you to help manage the class with me. If there's any problem, they can come towards both of us and we'll try our best to help them. Are you fine with that? Kushida then gave an angelic smile that made most of the boys blushed. Yes, I would love to work with you, Tempest-san. That's great to hear. Anyways, we are having a midterm exam in the few weeks' time. So me, Harada and Kushida are willing to help you out for your materials and reviewer. We're going past this exam and make sure that no one drops out. The class suddenly exploded into cheers and most of our classmates clapped for her while shouting how much they love her. Rimuru didn't pay any mind about it though and just let out a friendly smile. Ayanokoji-kun. Do you agree with her? On my side, Horikata, who has been silent all this time, poked the side of my hand and asked me that. I guess so. I find no reason for it to be bad. Rimuru was clearly putting high hopes on this class. I don't know what's her true intentions, but advancing this class to Class A surely does sound like a dream. She's putting too much trust on this class. It's not even clear if their motivation will remain for 3 years straight, but she sounds like it was already settled. It seems like Horikita doesn't agree with this idea and was clearly against it. Are you against it? No. But doing such trivial things are not what I like to do. She can do whatever she wants, I'll only be laughing when she failed on succeeding her dreams. After all, incompetent people will stay incompetent, no matter how hard you try on changing that, it will all going to be the same. She's a harsh one, isn't she? Rimuru Pav. Looks like I'm successful at gaining the trust of these kids, aren't I? Seal. It would appear so. With this, Master already have a substantial amount of students he can manipulate to his liking. Oh, don't say it like that, will you? Manipulation are not my thing, but I guess it's a fun way of testing things. Also with this, my standing in this class is clear. After my speech earlier, Harada approached me and thanked me for handling the class. He said that he was grateful for it and would love to cooperate with me regarding our class situation. On the other hand, I can see Kushida approach my seat and gave me a friendly cute smile. Tempest-san. About earlier, I'm truly grateful for allowing me to join you on helping this class. I can see that you don't want to see this class remain at the bottom too, just like me. So I'm willing to give you my full support. That's cute. Foo. The girl before me clearly reminds me of someone in which I had a hard time dealing with. Well, that person is gone now and remained isolated inside me, so there's no point remembering that. Me too. I look forward working with you, Kushida-san. Giving her my hand for a handshake, Kushida happily accepted it and made a few cute little laugh. She's really great at this, isn't she? Seal. Yes. She does it normally and anyone who doesn't have a clue about her true behavior might fall for it. Yeah, you're right. This is the type of person I must be cautious with. Thankfully, she's just an idiot with a twisted personality, so I think I should be fine. Even if she isn't an idiot, Master doesn't need to be cautious. I'm here so everything that's happening on this world is being monitored by me. Don't remind me that. I already know that I have a wonderful partner who doesn't like losing too. I got into an intimate conversation with my partner that I forgot that I am still talking with this girl. Do you mind if I get your phone number, Tempest-san? Kushida then showed me her phone and are ready to take my number. I didn't mind, so I gave her mine. This is gonna be fun. Let's see how well she can dance. No, I don't. Here. Thank you. I'm looking forward to our friendship, Tempest-san. Me too. Yes. I'm really looking forward for it too. Kushida Kikyu, a girl who wears a mask similar to Ayano-koji. Seeing her went off towards her seat, I can't help but to laugh at myself. Foo. Even if they were similar, the only difference is that she was wearing a mask of a clown.